welcome back to Hannah the RV on YouTube. So today's project, day 2, is removing the chair, which I removed the chair. It was right here. It came out really easy. It was only 4 screws. The wood here is toast, so it came out like a piece of cake. I didn't have to struggle with it at all, thank goodness. But I did find the source of the water damage. So it appears to have been coming through the bottom of this window. Now the outside windows have been resealed, so I don't believe that it is still leaking. It appears to be old damage that was just never addressed. The previous owner did get the roof resealed and did get the exterior windows all resealed as well. I will have to double check the integrity of those seals, but this is where we're at now. So this is going to have to be replaced. This is all kind of soft here and it's peeling off pretty easily. This right here, I'm pleasantly surprised. It didn't go all the way underneath the cabinet. This is still solid, but on the floor here to about right here, it's all soft. So I'm going to have to cut this whole piece out, get a new piece of plywood, get it down. You know, I'm going to do it in phases, but I will eventually have to remove this entire floor and redo it. But I'm happy it's not worse than what it is. Okay, so some great life advice. When you're starting a big project and you've got lots of things to do, the best thing is to finish a couple of the smaller projects first. That way you feel like you accomplished something, and then that way the big projects won't seem so overwhelming. So what I'm going to fix today is the screen door. So I found out the stuff that I need is called spline. And what this does is this just goes inside the metal frame to hold the screen taut and in place. So I'm only going to repair the parts that are actually broken, which you can see it's coming off of the screen frame here. So it shouldn't be very hard to fix. I've watched a couple of videos, seems pretty self-explanatory. So this cost me less than $4. So for less than a $4 investment and a little bit of my time, we're going to fix the screen door so I don't have to replace it. So I took some Murphy's oil soap and I wiped down all of the cabinets, which weren't too bad actually, but I am noticing that there's some discoloration in spots. I'm not sure if that's just from someone using maybe bleach cleaners on it instead and it kind of faded it. That's what I think it might be. But I got all this cleaned out. I cut the curtain out. The clips were totally brittle and busted. Cleaned that up. I did wipe down this whole counter, but I've kind of been using it as my staging area for tools, so it's a little dirty again. I'm going to have to tackle this with some specific cleaner for rust and things, because there's some nasties in there. And then I clipped off the curtain that was hanging up above there. Basically just a lot of cleaning today. Feel pretty good about it though. I'm going to take all these pieces. I've got some pretty good rust situation happening there. So my plan is to run through, I'm going to put all of this stuff and run it through the dishwasher just to get the bulk of the grossness off. In the drawer they had a whole set of blue handled silverware, so that's nice. A couple of pots and pans. So I'm going to take all this in the house, I'm going to run it through the dishwasher, get as much of the junk off of it as I can. I'm probably going to have to hit this with some CLR or some kind of lime calcium rust remover. But I'm pretty confident I can get it all back to a good condition. The fridge is actually in great shape. I mean, there's a couple cracks, but nothing that's actually interfering with the functionality of it. It's just aesthetics, which, to be honest, I know that a lot of people have different expectations, but from the get-go, like I've said, this project, this RV is not going to be intended for full-time living. It literally is going to be purely for recreation. So for recreation purposes, I can put up with this. That doesn't bother me. But that's where we're at today. So just a quick update video, just kind of going over some things.